was. All I did was switch scene collections and it killed all my audio. Love it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed watching that silent for a little bit, but sorry about that. That's such an unnecessary fix, it seems like. Like, what the hell? Anyway, so yeah, going to be continuing our fighting game block. Again, thanks to Vria as well as David TKI for kicking us off for this block, and everybody else who's had some their runs this weekend. Just been a blast watching them all. Some of them are brand new to me. Like, I had honestly never seen Air Guys before. Others, like this game, are pure nostalgia buttons. I've played a lot of Tekken 3 in my time, and very much looking forward to what we're doing here. I used to speedrun this game circa like 2017. Got a world record once and lost it within like a couple months and hadn't gone back, but it's still a really fun speedrun. The category we're working with here is called Unlock Theater Mode, and there's a good number of customizations that you can do for unlocking theater mode. You can, for your speedrun, you can do different difficulties. There's only 3 here: easy, medium, hard. You can also set the number of rounds, and that determines like how well you're pacing the run. It can determine the strats you need to use. I just prefer to go for the fastest run that it uses not the most characters, but the most characters within a given, like, I guess we'll say, adequate time frame. So for Unlock Theater Mode, what we have to do is we have to beat the game with the 10 default characters, because that unlocks Theater Mode. Once you've got all 10 default endings, then you actually get to rewatch them, which is really cool. So that's our goal from there. A couple things I'm going to turn on just for RTA strats. This game has in-game timing for actual timing, and my PB is like an 8-minute combination, I think, but the actual RTA time for it is like a 21. And to get it that low, we had to do some things like turn on Quick Select, and we actually ended up turning off music, which was a big controversial piece, but it happened. I actually prefer the arcade soundtrack to this game, to the remix soundtrack, and I'm sure that's blasphemy to some people, but I love it, so we're going to do that. Quick Select is just so it can load faster between, so that's strictly just for marathon reasons. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back here. Also, I don't have a memory card inserted, so there won't be any issues there. Just hope I don't lose the run. So we'll start at arcade mode at 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I have a specific set order of characters that I use here. We're going to be using Law first. Law is a fairly easy strat. You get to use it first. Like so. Pretty good. And since they're on the easiest difficulty, you don't necessarily get to spam it, but there is a good chance of it succeeding. That's unfortunate. Had to go for a backup strat there. Sometimes they interrupt the unblockable, and you gotta go with what you know. You don't want it to happen early, but Zhao Yu's kind of a troll there. I feel like she tends to hit me out of that if it's early. And by that I mean early in the tower. More often than most other characters. But for each given character, we're just going to be blazing through these. Ideally, I'd like to beat them all in under... I'd like to beat all of their towers in under a minute in-game time. Don't know if that's going to happen, because I've been trolled a couple fights so far.
Final round.
Not going to continue this strat for too much longer, but I'll do it. I generally don't do it past stage 6, and from that point I go into backup strats. But it's still decent. I still start every round with double flip kicks here. Nice. Messed up the opening, and I still got there. The two biggest issues I have, not counting like secret characters from the beginning, are generally between Zhao Yu and Lei, because they just tend to have the most I would say freeform movement, but they have like a lot of moves with built-in defense. Eddie's also up there, but he's not too bad compared to those two, I don't think. So it does depend on the character. So there's the backup strat I'm just going to be using from there. It's a bit slower, but at this point they're just not going to fall for unblockable stuff. Plus I can catch up with a tech roll, just down back 2. Like so. Down goes Heihachi. Alright, Ogre's generally pretty interesting. As long as he tech rolls, we're usually good. He did not, so that could be any number of things. And you really want him to tech roll there. If he doesn't, he just gets to unload on you, because then he gets like get up kick 3, and at a full crouch he gets all kinds of stupid stuff to get. But this should be able to help us close out Law. Finish off True Ogre here. There we go. Just over a minute. So not what I wanted, but not too bad either. For RTA purposes, I'm also going to be skipping all the endings except the very last one, but the endings are worth watching for the most part. Nina is generally who I go with for second. Not really in love with her strats. They can do stuff. I like the strat she gets at the beginning, but it becomes unreliable very quickly. Go for it now. Another unblockable setup. Just lots of damage after the bad habit. The kick to the abdomen that she does is just forward 3, but it's referred to as bad habit. So hit that. Yeah, I didn't think so. That was a mistake. Should have done this. Be down forward 3, 2, 3. May go for it 1 or 2 more times. I may get greedy and do it a bunch. I don't know yet. That was very lucky. I don't know how his standing 3 didn't collide with me. That was insane. I'll take it though.
Final round.
Go for the safe one here. Don't know why, but yeah, this is the kind of stuff the AI does that just gets old. When they start doing, like, even on easiest difficulty, if they start doing, like, input reads where they just duck your jabs on reaction, that's just inexcusable to me. Like, the game's just being a jerk at that point. It's not what I want. Zhao is just outranging me on everything right now. Don't love this. Yeah, I probably should have just gone with the backup strat first, but Zhao is Zhao. It's a dice roll every time you fight her.
Final round.
So what you're going to see with a lot of characters from this point is that jump in hop kick strat that I do. It does a lot of damage and it leaves them standing, so you can just follow up with combos that will generally end up killing them. For Nina, I do like this. 1, 2, down forward 1, 2, down forward 1, 2, down forward 3, 2, 3. And this is probably what I'll just end up doing for the rest all the way up through the boss. What I used to do is I would do, after the hop kick, I would do down forward 1, 2, but it actually turns out that's worse because they'll always press a button after. And since you have plus frames, your jab is faster than whatever they do, whereas down forward 1, 2 is not. That was unfortunate. And there I just defeated my own logic. I was like, a jab's faster. I'll go for down forward 1, and he still did a jab to beat me. I had the frames, but I didn't have that many frames. Probably had 1 or 2, and you need 3 to get away with that. There we go. Just keep it simple, stupid. Finish off True Ogre with the same. Probably going to clock in a little bit over a minute here. 102, not too bad. Skip Nina's ending. I'm trying to remember who's third. I don't have my list up. Ah, okay, I know who it is. We're on to easily the most infamous character in this game. I'm going to be playing Eddie. Eddie's strat is probably my least favorite in the game, but when it works really, really well. Going with hop kick, 1, 2, stand 3. I did not want him to jump there. When they jump, that's really, really bad because if you anti-air an enemy, they take a lot less damage than they would if they had been grounded. So if they jump, that's just a complete troll. Nothing I can do about it either. Trying to get a handstand here. So I missed one input there. I didn't want to get that standing 4. We managed to get from there anyway. The other thing I like about Eddie is his execution is incredibly stiff. Like, there are times where, like, if you just do something as simple as, like, a 1-2, if you, like, just press 3 to try to get the kick to come out, it's going to be delayed by a bit, just because his recovery is just not good. Alright, that was much, much better. He also does have a strat that involves using his unblockable, but it's really inconsistent. It is the fastest possible strat, but I think I've gotten it to work maybe once ever. So I don't rely on it, I never will. From here, it's just going to be all this. There are only a couple characters that I use like the exact same strat for through the entire tower. Eddie's one of them. I think Huo is probably one. No, Zhao Yu, I use the same strat with her the whole time too. Get to fight some secret characters now. Love this song, by the way. The most overrepresented song in the arcade version because like 6 characters have this theme. 6 on PlayStation, anyway. Julia being another one. Of course, this will load faster because that means it doesn't load a different music track, which is cool. That's not good. Cool, you committed to the whole thing. Proud of you. I messed up the timing of that hop kick, so I did not get the damage I wanted on it. So I gotta do this. Yeah, that was really bad. Same stage to load too, so that's another time save for free. Alright, there we go. Don't ever doubt the power of a standing 3 in this game. There are so many just standing left kicks that are just disgustingly high in damage. Eddie being one of them. Lay is another one. We've seen a lot of that during his segment. You can generally combo off of them too. I'll finish off True Ogre. First sub-minute of the day, that's solid. Got a 5686. Our 4th character, while this is my favorite character in Tekken history, I actually think King has the most unnecessarily complicated speed strats for this tower. He's probably the best character to play in 1 and 2 for speedrunning, but in 3 he took quite a few hits. That's how you want that to go. It's not very reliable past like the 5th or 6th round, if that even. I don't even know what Zhao's going to do here. Good enough. Once that stops working, we have to switch over to a 10 hit. Which, King's 10 hit is actually very good for doing this. As long as they do a get up something to capital punishment, they're just dead. Not too bad. Oh yeah, when it works, it's incredible, for sure. Plus capital punishment, OTGs, tech rolls, like it can do things, for sure.
Final round. Fight.
That was a troll. Or let it be said that if they jump, it's the troll. Every single time. Alright, gonna keep doing capital punishment until I can't anymore. That wasn't great for me. Yeah, now I can't. Okay, from here I think I'm just going to do the 10 hit. Which will happen right after the hop kick. And if it connects as I want it to, it should kill them. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Now I get punished. Missed the last 2 hits of the 10 hit, which definitely would have killed her, but that was just purely execution problems.
Final round. Fight.
Shame Gunjack's this late. He's actually, to me, one of the more consistent characters to get capital punishment on, just because he's so big. So this goes here. Maybe I don't drop it this time. There we go. Technically, I didn't drop it on the stage 8 fight, but it just didn't kill him.
Final round. Fight.
Whoops. Okay. Got a counter hit rebound there. Another drop. 10 hits can be easy to drop at times. You generally have to stay 2 inputs ahead. Not my favorite thing. Yep. Only over a minute, but we had a lot of execution problems. Not the worst. Still a decent King for all things considered. So a minute for King is just not that common. Jin honestly might be the hardest character to play in the tower, just because his moveset is just so extensive, and to be able to do the things that you really want to do, you have to put a decent amount of work into it. But we're going to see what we can do here. Those are how the early rounds are going to go, I hope. As long as they eat Crouch Dash 1, which is his Dragon Punch, then it's just super good. It's called Lightning God Fist, but still. It looks like a DP. Sounds like a DP. Probably needs to be a DP. Also, Jin's avatar profile there just looks super cool. Super anime character. That was unfortunate. Of course she went airborne. Once the Crouch Dash 1 stops working, I just switch over to Laser Scraper, and that's probably what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Laser Scraper's pretty good. Like so. Wind Godfist on the way down, and we're done. Yeah, this strat I actually very much enjoy doing, but it can be kind of easy to drop, and plus they freaking jump. Decent enough. Sometimes you don't get in enough damage to be able to finish them, and you just gotta go up for like a closer, like a low kick or something. Whoops. Definitely drop Wind Godfist there. Happens. Probably the most common thing to drop in a Jin run. Good thing is the hitbox is ginormous, so if they're like almost to the ground, it's probably still hitting them.
Final round.
Go in for this. Sure, you had frames. Happy for you. Still got him. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. I was like, if he tech rolls, that might miss. But I guess Kuma's hitbox is just that huge. Steer the course here. Stay the course, rather. There we go. Definitely want some cooperation from Ogre here. On incredible pace. This could have actually been sub 50 had some things gone a little bit better. I think my PB this past week for any character was like a 35. And that was for... It was either Huang or Yoshi, I don't remember. But still, 53 is my fastest so far today, so that's pretty good. Alright, on to 6. I believe this is where we're going to be picking Lei. This strat is so easy, but it's also just super fun to do, so I love it. We're also going to start here with this jump in hop kick for a lot of damage. Jab, forward 3, forward 3-3, and they're dead. If that doesn't kill, you can go for back turn down 4 to clip them on the ground, and then they're usually dead.
Final round.
Always make sure you press forward when you do that first standing left kick too, because it leans in. You get so much more range that way, and the damage on it is absurd.
Final round.
Like, you're always just better off doing it. It's unfortunate. Another decent closer, down back 4-4. Lei is just such a cool character to have in Tekken. He was never one of my favorites, but I've always respected the fact that he's in the game. That was unfortunate. Stop with the frames, please. I don't know why that standing 3 missed. That's not common. Maybe I should start holding forward on the jab. That's what I used to do, and I guess I'm just forgetting it. Love that intro from Gunjack. Oh, went with the high crush. Alright, I hear you. Get the back throw for swag. And the elbow drop or not. That's cool. Just sweep him. Yeah, that high crush was ludicrous. Went for the jackhammer. Good God. Can't say that's happened. But we still got there. Got snake pose. Appreciate it, lucky passenger. We'll get to that soon enough. The big thing with a standing 3 is if you can land it as a counter hit, you get so much more damage out of it. And on low difficulties, the AI is very prone to press buttons. Sure. More high crushes. Follow up with a thing. Didn't quite love that, but it's fine. Still think sub-minute is possible. Not if they keep high crushing me, though. Granted, latest standing 3 is very predictable, so if they're going to read it, they're going to read it, but you just hope they don't. Really? Still sub-minute pace. My best Lei last week was like a... I probably can't finish that without being made fun of, so... Just gotta stop there. Y'all make your jokes. Elbow drop for the pin. 55-30, not bad. So that's 6. Got 4 left. I believe it's going to be Zhao up next. And I actually have a pretty big soft spot for this strat because after learning it from Shardell, who is the quintessential Tekken speedrunner, he's amazing. He's out of the UK. For the longest time, he was like the Tekken speedrunner. Once I learned this strat, I adapted it to the 1cc strat for the arcade version of this game, and it works just as well there. It is unfortunate he didn't try to interrupt my forward 4 there, so I had to go for another cycle. Maybe we'll get something better when we get 4 hits, because that's ideal. Like so. Perfect. That's exactly how you want that to go with for Zhao. It's really strong.
Final round.
Lay's the biggest troll for this strat, though. Whoops, did not want that. Had to improvise there. I goofed. I was supposed to do forward 3, and I just did standing 3. I just had a brain fart. Yeah, this strat's still gross. These 2 hits just do so much damage. If it doesn't kill them, you can just do a 1-2 to the back, and then they're down. They can't get away from it either. In back turn, they're just defenseless to anything. Did that for fun.
Final round.
I think it's the first time we've seen Brian today. Nothing really to worry about from him. He's just another character.
Final round. Fight.
Second verse, same as the first here. For those who don't know, Zhao Yu was insane in this game. Like, competitive play, Zhao Yu, this is the best she's ever been, is in Tekken 3. She has never been better than this. And stuff like this is not the reason for it. This just makes her a great speedrun character is all. Big difference there. She wasn't the best in the game, but, oh boy, she was super duper strong. I think she was like eternally top 3 in this game, only behind Ogre and Jin. Do this.
Final round. Fight.
True Ogre shouldn't be that big of a deal. There we go. 43, I think it's my PB today. Her ending is so great too. Gets her own amusement park, and it was the first Tekken anime ending. It was great. On to probably my favorite character to play in this tower. Huo's strat is super duper fun to do. He does have an unblockable strat, which I'm not going to be using. It feels very flimsy to me. Not quite as bad as Eddie's, but not good either. We're just going to do a bit of this. For those first 6 hits, if you can land any of those as a counter hit and not have it trade, they just lose. Like, they're actually just going to die. That generally doesn't happen until later, because they don't tend to go for just by pressing. They just don't tend to go for pressing buttons.
Final round. Fight.
Maybe now. There we go. Law's like 4th, but those 3 are definitely better. Law, I think, has the best block punish in the game. His standing 3 is 11 frames, and that's a launcher. Like, Law's really, really, really good, but he's not the best. Very unfortunate behavior there from Nina. Yeah, the forward 3 you go into there to go back into the original stance is a high, so her doing a low crush is not all that surprising. I do love Law in this game, though. He's legitimately one of my favorite characters to play if I'm actually like playing against friends, but he's not better than Ogre, Jin, Zhao, that's for sure. Pretty unfortunate round there against Anna.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, this is where it gets tricky. Like, to have to be faster than them during all that is... It's really demanding, because sometimes they're just going to do a jab, and because you're going in with something that's slower, they're going to get to connect with you first, even though the range isn't as good. See what I mean? Like, and I get hit with a high crush there, too. It's neat. This is really bad. Yep. Sometimes they just lame you out. Taking a death isn't like a huge cost of time, but it is pretty rude. I don't like seeing it happen. Ogre, because he has a lot of really good unblockables. He has very good normals. He has probably the best full crouch game in the game. As in, like, all of his good moves from full crouch are just completely busted, and he has the best command throw in the game. Waning Moon leads to something like 70% damage, and you can't break it. It's actually an unbreakable throw. He also has one of the best lows in the game, and he can do it out of sidestep. Ogre's dumb. Definitely not the tower I would have wanted. I was hoping today would be deathless, but Law decided to be a jerk. Oh well. I feel like not all of them are. I don't think that, I think Heihachi's good here, but not top tier. He's definitely better in tag 2, in tag 1. Same goes for True Ogre. Oh, that's a bummer. I did the thing wrong. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. In tag 1, True Ogre gained horns, and horns was absurd. Like, that move was just so friggin' busted. It was dumb. Sucks I missed that. So for Yoshi, basically what you want to do is you want to land back fist into the shark attack dives, but they're being a bit uncooperative. Really? Just gonna straight block it? Oh my gosh. There's no cooperation here. Guess I forgot about RTA. I may not actually be able to make the estimate here. If I've been playing on PS2, I could have. Oh well. There, that's how you want a round with Yoshi to go. For those two characters, Heihachi in Tag 1 was friggin' amazing. In this game, he's very good too, but he was definitely better in that game. Jin and Ogre, though, yes, definite top 2. There we go. May not work from here, but I'll keep doing it as long as they let me. Yoshi's backup strat is honestly pretty weak. It gives you an out, of course, but it's not something I ever want to have to do. I'll do this as long as they let me. Means I'll probably do it against Heihachi as well. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Boo. Yeah. That was a bit of a mixed bag of nonsense. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to estimate. That's what PS1 loading times get you. After the door knocker there, I always follow up with a standing 2. Because it just beats anything they're going to do. Go for this for fun. Not bad. Alright, one character left. Everybody knows him. He's got the biggest hair in the universe. Gonna be playing as old Mr. Phoenix. Paul has certainly the fastest strat in the game. It loses consistency over time, because you have to start adopting like tech rolls and stuff. But early in the game, it's hyper effective. You generally don't even have to go in for that slide. Generally, if you get a counter hit on the Burning Death Fist, they're just done. That's very consistent to have happen. See? Kick you in the gut, do this. If they interrupt you, it sucks, but you still go for this every single time. There's no reason not to. The climactic battle. Paul Kuma is the eternal canon battle in this franchise. That's not Mishima related. Those two are always going to run into each other at some point. Jack's going to punch down a robot, I hope.
Final round, fight.
I always like the switching of the camera angles whenever you land the final hit, where it goes to like third person. I always thought that was kind of cool.
Round, fight.
3 more left. We'll be able to finish this off.
Final round, fight.
Yep, that happens sometimes. I should have known better, because Heihachi at this point is going to be... Heihachi and the Ogres tend to tech roll a lot, so I'll just switch to the backup strat here.
Final round,
We're going to hop kick. We're going to 1-2. We're going to do Burning Death Fist, and he did not tech roll. I'm actually surprised. That was pretty mean. Do that anyway. That definitely should have worked, but meh. AI's not known for being cooperative. Hop kick, 1-2, do this. There we go. That's how you want that to go. And that'll be time. Once you clip to the final cutscene for the ending. I guess this will be our actual ending for the run. Paul's ending is pretty funny anyway. Plus, I love how this cop looks. Like, around that time, I thought that cop was probably modeled after an actual human. This looks really, really good in 3D. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. Paul gets written up because, duh. Just to verify that we have finished the run. Ta-da! We have theater mode. And when you start playing through arcade mode with the secret characters, you get to unlock their endings as well. Really cool thing to have, and it was the first Tekken that introduced this concept. Another cool thing you could do is if you had a Tekken 1 and Tekken 2 save file on your memory card, you could unlock the endings for those two games as well. There are days when I would just rewatch the ending just because I just thought it was such a cool feature. Anyway, thank you all again so much for the GGs. We'll get set up for our next game here in just